ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनच्छलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सगणलिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी शुभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। पादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय श्रीमते रघुनाथ स्वामी नमः। ओम विष्णु पादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष पाश्चात्य मुखम करति वाचालम पंगुम लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरं। हरि ओम तत्सत। हरे कृष्ण। So thank you all for joining once again. Best wishes of the Diwali season. The main celebrations uh, have kind of concluded, but of course the festive season goes on. The month of Damodar goes on. Today being a very, especially for the Gaudiya Vaishnava, especially for within ISKCON, it's a very special celebration because it is the disappearance day of Srila Prabhupada. So this is the day that Srila Prabhupada in 1977, in November, I think it was November 14, if I'm not wrong. Today is the Tithi, of course. I think it was November 14th, 1977, that Srila Prabhupada in Brindavan, uh, in Krishna Balram temple, he left this realm, completing his pastimes, going back to the spiritual world. So we'll discuss a little bit about Srila Prabhupada in the second half of today's class. It's very auspicious. Uh, until yesterday was, actually day before yesterday was Govardhan Puja, and then there is the Yamadvitiya. So many festivities. Typically, Diwali festivities begin with Basu Baras, then go on to Dhanatrayadashi, then Narak Chaturdashi, then Diwali, then Yamadvitiya. Yamadvitiya is also the day of Govardhan Puja. So these 5 days are typically the main focus of Diwali celebrations. Of course, the main Tithi is the Amavasya Tithi. That is the actual Diwali. Diwali in the sense that that's the day that Lord Ramchandra returned to Ayodhya, the Pushpaka Viman. The whole of Ayodhya was decorated. Very beautiful lamps to facilitate the Lord's descent. Externally, a pretext of being like, the lighted landing strip where Pushpak Viman could find where to land at an external level, but at an internal level, celebration of joy. So that's the main commemoration. Of course, there are other tithis which surround it, which are not necessarily linked to that particular pastime. But that as a season of Deepavali, they are all celebrated. And of course, on the same day, on the Amavasya Tithi, the wonderful auspicious festival of Damodar Puja happened. Lord Damodar was bound. Krishna was bound around his waist, Dama Udara, on the day of Deepavali. So they were celebrating Deepavali because Ramchandra's appearance precedes Lord Krishna Chandra's appearance. So it was Deepavali day that day, and Lord Damodar performed the beautiful fast. Also, oftentimes in India, more than Damodar, more than Ramchandra, people are crazy about Lakshmi Puja because Lakshmi attracts more attention than Ramchandra or Damodar. Said devotion can wait. Let money come first, then devotion will come. So one of the reasons why Lakshmi Puja is celebrated is said that it is that tithi that Lakshmi Devi emerged from the ocean of milk. So it's like her birth tithi. So that is one of the explanations given. And we also know that when she emerged, we discussed this pastime just very recently, and when she emerged, she came out with a garland of lotus, right? And she looked through the whole assembly and discarded everybody as not qualified, not qualified, not qualified, and only Lord Narayan is qualified, and she put the Varamala around the neck of Lord Ajit, who's the Manvantara avatar. So that's the beautiful pastime. That is why Lakshmi Devi is worshipped. There's a special Lakshmi Puja Muhurta. For us as devotees, our celebration is Lakshmi Ji emerged and she accepted Narayan as the husband. For devotees, always it is the great pleasure is to see that the Lord and his energy are together and enjoying. Devotees are never interested in worshipping the Shakti independently, because worshipping the Shakti independently means I want to use the Shakti of God to serve my purpose. Give me wealth, give me this. Whether one is worshipping Durga, Saraswati, Lakshmi, or any other forms of the Divine Mother. If one sees these energies independent of their master, one doesn't see Lakshmi Narayan, one doesn't see Radhesham, one doesn't see Uma with Lord Shiva, Sitaram, then actually that kind of a mentality is, in our parampara we call it demoniac, Ravan-like mentality, wanting to enjoy the energy of God independent of. So somebody asked that it is so common nowadays, along with Lakshmi Devi, why to worship Ganesh? Oftentimes, Lakshmi Pujan comes with Ganesh Puja also. So one Braj Guru was commenting. He said, God alone knows from where this tradition came. There is no such reference for Ganesh Puja as a part of the Lakshmi Puja. But it is not too bad, because at least one can interpret that if at all Lakshmi Devi becomes merciful and gives that person, worshipper some wealth, at least Ganesha will give him some intelligence to use it properly. So anyway, for us, as followers of Lord Chaitanya, as students of Gita and Bhagavad, we all should understand that real wealth is our devotion to the lotus feet of the Lord. Our real wealth is our faith in Krishna, faith in Guru, faith in the holy name. Because these are the ropes which will help us to pull ourselves towards the destination of unlimited eternal good fortune. All other blessings by Chanchala Lakshmi. Lakshmi in this world, the Lakshmi which comes out from the milk ocean, is known as Chanchala. She doesn't stay very long at anybody's house. So, real wealth is achieved when one achieves the lotus feet of the Lord, because Lakshmi Devi is always residing at the Lord's lotus feet, always massaging. So that is what the devotees consider as real good fortune. So as students of Gita and Bhagavad, we must learn to appreciate what is actually true wealth. What is it that is worth seeking for all of us in our life? So today we are going to be discussing chapter 17 of the 8th canto. And this is a beautiful chapter. It's actually an introductory chapter, you can say. It's not a very long chapter. It's barely some 28 verses, if I'm not wrong. Yes, 28. It's a very simple chapter. We are discussing the part in the 8th canto now. Broadly, two pastimes remain to be discussed. One is the pastime of Lord Vamanadev, who's the Manvantara avatar for our current Manvantara. We are in the Vaivasvat Manvantara. We have been discussing Lord Ajita, we discussed Lord Vaikuntha, we discussed so many incarnations, beginning from Yajna, the various Manvantara incarnations and their various pastimes. Now, we are discussing about the current Manvantara pastime. And later, we'll be discussing about the pastimes of Lord Matsya. So that will bring us to the conclusion of the 8th canto, various Manvantara incarnations. So we are just entering into, there are many chapters which are devoted to the discussion of Lord Vamana. And the pastime of the appearance of Vamana is intrinsically connected with the previous episodes that has happened. So the previous episodes actually come out from the previous Manvantara. What was that episode? That episode was of the Samudra Manthan. That episode was of how the Devatas became powerful, and after becoming powerful, they drove away the demons, but then the demons served their guru very nicely. The demons again became powerful. They came and drove out the Devatas again. And we spent some time discussing in the last couple of chapters, being a Devata is also not an easy thing. I think our lives are more simpler than Devatas in heaven. We are not, at least, not many of us have been driven out of our homes and, staying under trees. Anybody here has to go through that? Hiding literally for years, not for 15 minutes. For years and years, waiting for the right opportunity. Brahma and all the Devatas and all the other great personalities, all told, they have the blessings of the Brahmanas headed by Shukracharya. It's very difficult for you to overcome. So anyway, the story was that as the Devatas were hiding, Aditi and Kashyap, the father and mother of the Devatas. Now please understand, the demons are half brothers of the Devatas. The Devatas are Aditi's sons and the Daityas are Diti's son. The Daityas were headed by Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, but so many others also. And Bali Maharaj, then Virochan, they're all descendants. So especially in this pastime, we are talking about Bali Maharaj. The aspiring Indra who had performed 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas, who after driving out Indra, he performed 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas and he made sure his position is very, very secure. Aditi was very, very sad. She was staying in the heavenly planets, but her children had all dispersed. They were all in hiding. Because when the demons surrounded the Deva Bhumi, Brahmaji and all the others said, sorry, too bad, you are not in a position to counteract. They are blessed by the Brahmans, their power is too strong. So Aditi became so sad, she was staying in the heaven alone and she was so sad, she approached her husband Kashyap Muni and asked him for advice. He was actually in a trance. When he came out, he said, "Why are you so sad?" And she explained to him, just see what is the condition of our children. Please help. So he advises her about the performance of this 12-day vrata, the Payo vrata. And we discussed this in the previous chapter in fair amount of detail. The whole detailed ritual of the performance of Payo vrata. Payo means milk. So eating of milk rice. So the whole process we discussed last time, how the Lord is nicely glorified. The essence of that whole worshipping for 12 days with great faith and enthusiasm. One should worship the Lord, glorify the Lord with prayers, do nice puja, archana, offer him nice naivedya of sweet rice and other things. Then feed that prasadam, the devotees, brahmanas, and just subsist on a little prasad of milk. And in that way, lead a very simple, austere life of just engaging these kind of worship for 12 days, not very long. So if you just do these 12 days, you will attract the attention of the Supreme Lord. And Kashyap Muni said, this is not my concocted formula. I have heard this formula from great authorities. So I am just telling you what Brahmaji had told. So when Aditi was thus instructed by Kashyap, she was so determined that for the good fortune of my children, I must do this Payovrata with great earnestness. So with great earnestness, the Bhagavatam says, giving up all laziness. Atandrita. Atandrita means no laziness. Tandri means one is lazy, one is a bit dizzy, but she was very enthusiastic. That's how mothers are, right? Sometimes more than the children are keen for their own good fortune, the mothers are more concerned about the good fortune. Mother, father are more concerned about the good fortune of the children. Kashyap Muni was detached. Kashyap Muni was always absorbed in meditation of the Lord. He knew that everything is going on according to their karma and the will of the Lord. He was not too bothered. But being a kind-hearted mother, he was very restless. So with full attention, the Bhagavatam says, Aditi was performing this seva, following all the rules. She brought her mind and senses in the control. She fixed her mind on worshipping the Supreme Lord, Vasudev, and she performed the Payovrata very, very earnestly. And true enough, just like what was mentioned by Kashyap Muni at the end of the Payovrata, the Supreme Personality of Godhead personally appeared in front of Aditi. His gorgeous pitambar, yellow silken garments with a Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. And can you imagine? I mean, it's even for Devatas, it is not, it's not like normal that they can just see the Lord anytime. She was so overwhelmed, Aditi, when she saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead. She at once stood up and she fell flat, Dandavat, to the ground, offering obeisances to the Lord. She was so overwhelmed by the appearance of the Lord, almost like she didn't quite expect it. And she was silently standing for some time. She didn't even know what to say. She was not even uttering anything. Her eyes were full of tears and they were trickling down her face, and her hair on her body was standing on end. And she was feeling so much love and affection for the Supreme Lord. She's a great devotee herself, Aditi. Then she somehow gathered herself, and then she knew that when the Lord comes and a great personality comes first, you don't start by immediately asking, "Oh, aa gaye ho? Ye mera list hai. This is my list of what I want." She knew, let me offer. When a great personality comes first, we start by glorifying them. So she started offering beautiful prayers, full of love. Her voice was practically faltering as she was glorifying the Lord. And as she was glorifying the Lord, it is said she was drinking the beauty of the Lord through her eyes. This is a lesson for us. When we take darshan of the Lord, those who really have love and affection, when they're looking at the deities, they're drinking the beauty of the deities through the eyes. Just like when a person is very thirsty, And they have I don't know how many of you have experienced when you have been through the sun and very tired and thirsty and hot. Somebody gives you nice, cool, chill lemon drink. So refreshing. Ah, ha, ha. So satisfying. So similarly, for a person who's become very thirsty to drink the beauty of the nectar of the Lord, it's so satisfying to the heart. Drinking Netra Utsava. It's a festival for the eyes. So Aditi, and I'm going to go into short because there are a lot of verses which describe the Lord. So very nicely, in a few verses, not a very long, not a very philosophical conversation, but briefly, she glorifies the Lord. You are the supreme, you are the enjoyer of all sacrifice, you are the master of everyone, and you are the shelter of people like us, suffering living entities. And you always appear to remove our sufferings. Please be kind to us. Please allow our good fortune to spread. So very beautifully she glorifies the Lord, and then she says, "Oh, unlimited Lord, oh Ananta, oh Achyuta, oh infallible one. If you are satisfied, what is it that is difficult for the person to attain? By satisfying you, Brahma achieved a lifetime as long as 100 years of his. Not at all difficult for someone who has pleased the Lord. Is it difficult for somebody who had pleased the Lord to get a wonderful divine body, a heavenly body in one of the heavenly planets and have ample of dharma, artha, kama? Not at all difficult. To have a lot of sense enjoyment and material opulence, not at all difficult. In fact, one who has pleased you, there is nothing difficult for him to get in all the three worlds. Even if they want transcendental knowledge, they can get. Even if they want the Ashta Siddhis, they can get. Huh? And basically, what she's trying to say is not big, big things people achieve by pleasing you. My desire is very small, very petty. I'm not asking anything big from you. What to speak of desires like what we have? It is just to counteract our enemies. छोटी बात है आपके लिए. Correct? Yeah. So that's also one way to approach somebody when we want something. You are so capable, you can do everything. I don't even want anything much. I just want just a small, very small thing. It's a petty achievement. We just want to conquer our rivals. And who are the rivals? The rivals of the Devatas, the demons. So Lord Hari was listening to all this. And being the super soul of all living entities, he told Aditi, said, "Oh, mother of the Devatas, oh Deva Mata, I already know since a long time what is it that you have been desiring. I know you are concerned about the welfare of your son. I know they have been deprived for a long time from their opulence. I know they have been driven out from their homes. And as a mother, I can understand, oh Devi, that you want your children to get back, for them to come back home, regain their opulence. It is natural. And the only way that can happen is if they defeat their enemies. So you want the demons to be defeated and crushed and destroyed. Because without that, how can all the desires that you just mentioned get fulfilled? You cannot get back the kingdom without defeating the demons. So I understand that. But please understand, Lord Vishnu is telling Mother Aditi, please understand that in my opinion, the chief of the demons at this moment is unconquerable because they are protected by the Brahmanas. And the Brahmanas are favored by the Lord. So those who are favored by the Brahmanas, who are favored by the Lord, they become so powerful that they cannot be surmounted. So my opinion, Aditi, is at this moment, to use power against them and try to overpower them is not possible. Just imagine, huh? She pleased Lord Vishnu to get the benediction. But just see Lord Vishnu's response. He didn't say, okay, here's my chakra, all finished. Says that Brahmanas are my representatives. If my representatives, the devotees, Brahmanas, show favor to someone, I will also not go against that favor. Because that's the system of the Lord. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmanya Hitaya Cha. It's Brahmanya Hitaya. So this is very instructive. How much those who are favored by the Brahmanas are dear. So that's why, you see, that's why even in our tradition we say if somebody has received the favor and shelter of a great Vaishnava, Brahmanas are dear to the Lord, the Vaishnavas are even more dear. So if somebody has received the favor and shelter of a great Vaishnava, you can do anything to him. Huh? Even if sometimes the Lord is for some reason displeased, the Lord will not upset that individual because he is under the protection of his dear servant. So the Lord tells her like that, that I know you have pleased me and you are saying nothing is difficult. That's also true. But you must understand, just like you are pleasing me, there are others who are my representatives who have been pleased by him. So now is not a good time. But you have pleased me, you have performed Paravrata, so I have to favor you. I cannot let your ship go futile. Because whenever somebody worships me properly and does, then it will get, but it will take some time. A person will get what he deserves, but time must favor. So meanwhile, because you have prayed to me so nicely and worshipped me so nicely by performing this Payavrata ceremony, I'm so pleased with you. I'm also so pleased with Kashyapuni. Kashyapuni, your husband, such a wonderful devotee, so much of an elevated devotee, even more than you. He has been always fixing his mind on me. He has been interested in nothing but exceptional, pure devotional service. I'm so pleased with Kashyap Muni and now your worship that I am offering myself to become your son. Kingdom I will not give you immediately, but right now I'm offering myself to become your son because you are such wonderful devotees. I'm giving you this special blessing. And by my birth as your son, that will lead to my, in that particular form, leading to the protection of your other sons, my elder brothers. So he says, I will become your son, and then becoming your son, I will help. War is not the way. You cannot defeat Bali by war at the moment because of Shukracharya's blessing. But I will come as your son, and then I will help you. He doesn't tell how exactly I'll help you. I will help you in such a way that my brothers will get back the. So be happy. Your wish will get fulfilled, but in a different way. It's not going to be through direct conflict. That's not the way out from this situation. So always thinking of me, who's situated in everyone's heart. Now you go to your husband, because I am also situated in your husband. Worship me within the body of your husband, who is now so purified. And whatever I just told you that I'm going to be born as your son and then I'm going to help you to conquer, to recover the kingdom, it's a secret between both of us. Don't tell anybody. Secret. And Lord Vishnu advises, this is the way, don't go and announce to the whole world. Whatever is to be done. Wise men say that don't announce all your plans upfront. That which is very confidential is successful if it is kept a secret. That is what Lord Vishnu says. Even if somebody asks you when you saw Lord Vishnu, what did he say? What did he say? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Zip your mouth. And generally for ladies, it is very difficult. I mean, that's how they are. For men, certain things are very difficult. For ladies, certain things are very difficult. So both have their strengths and both have their weaknesses. So keeping secret is not particularly the strength of the ladies. So Shukadev Goswami explains that when the Supreme Lord spoke to Aditi like that, then he gave his blessing and he immediately disappeared. So Aditi, after receiving that special benediction, can you imagine? I mean, she went there just to ask for the kingdom to come back to her children. And what she got in return? Didn't she get a better deal actually? Just think about it. She didn't even go there to ask for the Lord to become her son. Can you imagine what kind of blessing the Lord gave? The Lord gave himself to her. I am becoming your son, being pleased by your devotional service. And Aditi was very happy. She was not sad. She is a devotee. So she was so happy. Wow, what a benediction I have achieved. She was so excited. She had great devotion. She went to Kashyap Muni, and Kashyap Muni was in a trance, meditating. He instructed her in Payovrata and he went, and he was not like too bothered about what's happening. It is said, and of course then she informed her, it is said when she went and worshipped Kashyap Muni, the Lord had already entered the heart of Kashyap Muni at that time. And from the heart of Kashyap Muni, the Lord transferred himself into the womb of Aditi. So Prabhupada very nicely says that when the Lord appears, he is not produced through the combination of a male and female by secretions of bodily fluids, the way a typically an embryo is conceived. The Lord's birth is transcendental. Janma karma chame nityam evam yovit tattvatah deham punarjanma naiti mameti swarjuna. Lord's appearance and activities are transcendental. Similar description is there in the Bhagavad when Lord Krishna also appeared. He first entered into the heart of Vasudeva and then he was transferred to the womb of Devaki. And as soon as the Lord appeared within the womb of Aditi, appeared in the sense he was there, Lord Brahma found out, wow, the Lord is going to appear, Hari Bol, wonderful. And then the Lord Brahma appears in front of Mother Aditi and starts praying. So this is also a very common feature across the scriptures, where whenever the Lord appears, even when the Lord is within the womb, the Devatas were so eager and happy that the Lord is going to perform beautiful pastimes. Because the Lord's pastimes are mainly to protect the Devatas and saintly people. So the devotees, the Devatas who are devotees are very, very happy. Even Lord Brahma, he offers very beautiful prayers to the Lord. Oh Lord, you are the original source of all living entities. You are the source of everything. You are also the source of those who produce living entities, the Prajapati. Oh Lord, you are the only hope of persons like us who are drowning in the ocean of material existence. And you are our only shelter, whether it's for the Devatas who are now bereft of their heavenly position or for any other living entities. You are the shelter of the shelterless. You are Deenanath. You are the shelter of the fallen. So please be kind. So that's how this chapter ends. So at this point in the chapter, the Lord has already, as Vamana, taken shelter in the womb of Aditi. Now from here, the birth, appearance, and the various pastimes of Vamana will manifest, and we'll discuss them in the subsequent chapters. But just so that you do not forget, because I just mentioned this at this particular time, that please understand that Vamana Dev also did not fight the demons who were protected by Shukracharya to get back the kingdom. What did he do? He did what is the famous pastime. He went to Bali Maharaj, who was performing his 100th yajna, to become Indra, and he asked for charity. Right? And then Shukracharya stopped him. And only when Bali disobeyed Shukracharya, and that's how he broke that protection which the Brahmanas were given him. So Shukracharya cursed him at that point. He disobeyed him and agreed to give him these steps, and Shukracharya was not wanting that Bali agrees, because Shukracharya could understand this person is Vishnu and he will take away. Tells. Bali says, no, how? I am the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. Everything should be offered for the satisfaction of the Lord. What is this? I cannot follow this instruction. You will not follow my instruction? All this while I have been protecting you from the Devatas. I have given you all knowledge. I have through Sanjeevani revived you. You will not listen to me. May you lose everything. So that was the trick that Vaman Dev played. A trick by which both the Devatas were benefited and Bali Maharaj was also benefited. Devatas were interested in kingdom. They got the kingdom. And Bali Maharaj was benefited because he got the lotus feet of the Lord on his head. And he became famous as a great pure devotee. And he was also given residence in Sutala by the Lord as a king of the Sutala planet, and the Lord personally became his bodyguard. He is, because the Lord is still protecting Bali Maharaj, waiting for the next Manvantara, when Bali Maharaj, the 8th Manvantara, will become Indra. So Bali Maharaj is due to become Indra in the next Manvantara. So we are currently in the 7th Manvantara, in the 28th Chatur Yuga. So each Manvantara has 71 Yuga cycles. So 71 into 14 is around 1000 plus. So that's how the whole day of Brahma is divided. So just to quickly mention this pastime we'll discuss in detail. I'm just quickly mentioning so you understand how the Lord solved the problem later. He said to Aditi, I will help you solve your problem, but I will not help you by directly getting the Devatas and the demons to clash, because the Devatas are unable at this point to overcome the Brahma Tejas of the favor of the Brahmanas on Bali. But as Vaman, I will come and I will support my brothers to indirectly achieve what they want. So your desire will be fulfilled, but not the way you are wanting it to be. That's also an important lesson for us. The Lord may favor us. The Lord may grant us. But sometimes we are not even telling the Lord what we want. We are also telling the Lord how He should do it for us. Correct? How many of you have had that experience? You tell the Lord, I want this. And to get here, I want this to be done. After this, you should do this. After this, you should do this. The Lord is laughing. Never going to happen like that. But the Lord says, you don't tell me how to do it. That is my department. If you just please me, let me work out the rest. When a person tells God his plans, God laughs. Saying, we don't know so many. What we know? Imagine, mother of the Devatas, Lord Vishnu is saying, sorry, it's not going to work out like this. But because you are so devoted to me, I will work out a special offer for you. What's that special offer? I become your son. Even better. So sometimes Lord has better plans for us than what we can even dream of. So she not only got the kingdom for her children eventually, she also got Vamana as her son. So beautiful. So thank you very much. So this was the pastime. Now, of course, it's such an auspicious day. We also want to discuss a little bit about Srila Prabhupada's disappearance. Today is the day, appearance and disappearance of Prabhupada is especially the day when we must make a special effort to remember out of gratitude Srila Prabhupada, because no matter how externally we came into Krishna consciousness, ultimately all of us can trace back our good fortune to the mercy that Prabhupada bestowed on all humanity. Had it not been for him, Krishna consciousness would have remained a very obscure, very little known system of religious practice, which would have been known for very few. But by his grace, he brought the teachings of Lord Chaitanya and the topmost process of achieving the topmost destination of Krishna Prema to one and all. When Lord Chaitanya said, Prithivete ache yatha nagaradi gram sarvatra prachar hoibo maranam. Everywhere, in every town and village of this world, my name will be known and sung. Until the time Prabhupada came, even amongst the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, people were, even great devotees were thinking, how is it possible that the names of the Lord will be sung in every town and village? It's not possible. Maybe it is a bit of an exaggeration. Sometimes when we say, oh, a lot of preaching will happen. Okay, means every town and village. He's referring to the world as the world means, India and this country. How can a town in Africa be chanting Gaura Hari Jai Sachinandan? How can in Japan, how can in Europe and US somebody be chanting? We can see that this prophecy is already to a great deal already realized. ISKCON is today present in 120 countries. Officially, and many other countries unofficially. I don't think there is any country where ISKCON is totally absent. I don't know whether in Antarctica right now any devotees are there, but other than that, I don't think there is any country where devotees are not having programs. And most of the countries have official centers. So this was possible through the causeless mercy of Srila Prabhupada. So it is very important for us to express our gratitude. And of course, we have very little time. We have only another 15 minutes. But it's so important. I was today listening to the Disappearance Day offerings in the morning, which were being broadcast live from Govardhan. And many devotees gave very, very wonderful offerings, culminating in Radhanath Maharaj. 4 hours, very wonderful. Couldn't hear all of it, but at least 2.5, 3 hours I was listening to the offerings in the morning. And one devotee, Yugal Murti Prabhu, was very nicely saying, he was quoting Radhanath Maharaj, saying that Radhanath Maharaj once said that gratitude is not just an essential aspect of bhakti. Gratitude is not just an essential aspect of bhakti, but gratitude itself is bhakti. Bhakti is not just about a sentiment, oh, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling something, some devotional, If that feeling is devoid of a genuine sense of gratitude, a genuine sense of dependence on the Lord, a genuine sense of taking shelter, sharanagati, then it's not really proper devotion. It's not just a tingling sensation. So it's so important. And also it is an eternal spiritual principle that gratitude attracts more of goodness to us for whatever we are grateful for. This is also an eternal principle. And all the more for the process of bhakti. Gratitude is so important because by its very definition, by its very nature, it is not possible to attain bhakti by effort. Bhakti, the seed of bhakti is given, and even finally deliverance from this material world and going to Goloka is also a blessing and gift. Of course, our effort is needed to attract that mercy, but we cannot do it on our own. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, one can endeavor to attain. Even if one doesn't have much help, it may be a bit more difficult, but one can still endeavor and with lot of effort can. So one can say, I don't need to be grateful. I can do. That also generally is difficult because so many people are anyway contributing to anybody's success, even material. But let's even keep that theoretically it is possible. But in the path of bhakti, mercy is so absolutely essential. It is impossible to attain the gift of bhakti, even in its seed initially and later in its perfection of prema and attainment of the spiritual world without grace. And the more one is grateful for the reception of that grace, and for us at this stage, in the form of receiving this faith, receiving this knowledge, receiving the means. What is the means? The means is chanting of the names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If we are grateful for what we have received, then we will get more. That's how one can advance rapidly. That's why even for devotees, even the difficulties that they face in life, the devotees are advised to be grateful even for them. Not just for the goodies, but everything that is given by Krishna. We are trained, we are advised to see it as Krishna's mercy. And it is. It's just that we are not able to see it, not able to appreciate sometimes. Why I'm mentioning this, you may be wondering, Prabhu, instead of telling pastimes, you're mentioning this because these things are not often mentioned. Why gratitude is so important? So I'm sharing this because these things are not often spoken. And these are the very, very important understandings and orientations for those who want to make serious spiritual advancement. So today is the day where we should be so grateful to Prabhupada. So if you want to attract his mercy, Prabhupada is especially merciful on his appearance and disappearance days. Like any acharyas, they are especially merciful. So when we approach Srila Prabhupada with gratitude, hopefully you all did Pushpanjali, either in the temple or in your own homes. Did Arati for Prabhupada at noon, did some offerings for Prabhupada, either in the temple together or at your own homes. So that is what is expected. So we did that also, us as a family. So that gratitude is very important. So Srila Prabhupada underwent so much austerities to give us Krishna consciousness. And one of Prabhupada's greatest assets in making possible what he did. Actually, what Prabhupada did is practically impossible for anybody to attain. No Devata could have managed to do this. No Devata can manage to do what Prabhupada did. Why? Because to give bhakti to others, first of all, you must have it yourself. Prabhupada had everything but gave up everything and took up such a dangerous situation for himself at the age of 70 to go alone to the US. People say that he was carrying 40 rupees only to US. Some devotees have clarified that actually it was not 40 rupees he was carrying much less in terms of cash. What he had with him, apart from a couple of clothes, as a sannyasi, he had trunks. What were those trunks full of? One was his original Chaitanya Charitamrita Bengali book, which was written or commented upon by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, the original Bengali, along with Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati's Bengali commentary, one Chaitanya Charitamrita, and some 200 or 250 sets of the first canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, because as of that time, Srila Prabhupada had managed to translate into English only the first canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. The remaining 9 he did much later. Only the first canto. Because it is such a huge work, 18,000 verses. And Prabhupada was so confident. And Prabhupada writes this in one of his purpose. I don't remember where, but he was so confident. Just this first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam has everything that is needed. In fact, Srila Prabhupada has mentioned, I don't know whether it's in classes or purports, he has mentioned that because I wasn't sure whether I'll have time to translate everything that I want to tell, everything that I want to convey about what is needed to be understood and practiced to become a pure devotee, everything I put into the first canto purports. So just studying this first canto itself, is enough. So in those days, Prabhupada, I think it was a three book set, if I'm not wrong. English, Prabhupada got it published. Somehow he gathered money and got it published in 200 sets. So that was the wealth he was carrying, and that whole sets was worth around 40 rupees or something like that in those days. Huh? I mean, now think how can you get in 40 rupees today? You cannot even get one Bhagavad Gita. But 40 rupees, this was in 1965. 40 rupees was worth quite a bit. 40 rupees was like salary of many people in those days, monthly salary. So armed with the holy name, armed with the Bhagavatam, strong faith in the message of the Bhagavat and the book Bhagavat, strong faith in the holy name and full faith in the instructions of a spiritual master. Yasya deve parabhakti yatha deve tatha gurau saite katate hi artha prakashante hi mahatmana. He who has full faith in the Guru, full faith in the Lord, to him all the secrets of the scriptures are revealed and all blessings come. So we don't have time to discuss the past times, but I just wanted to take this opportunity that we all express our gratitude because Prabhupada made the impossible possible. You cannot just imagine how long it has been since Prabhupada disappeared, barely 70 odd years. Just see the scale that ISKCON has spread. Just see the scale of the books distributed. Just see the scale. We are coming together on a Saturday night, 17, 20 families, probably behind some of these connections, there are more than one individual sitting, probably family sitting in some cases. So we are coming and discussing Harikatha. I think around 700, 800 ISKCON temples all over the world, millions of devotees. So all this has become possible. So Prabhupada has given us the holy name, Prabhupada has given us Krishna, Prabhupada has given us Lord Chaitanya, Prabhupada has given us the association of devotees, which is the opportunity for us to get bhakti and cultivate bhakti. He has given us books in English. Imagine if the books were not in English, what we would have done. He has given us temples, he has given us books, he has given us prasad, he has given us association of devotees. He has given us a very simple program that by which we can all practice and worship at home. A simple formula by which we can come together, simple ways by which we can lead our lives simply by following the four regulative principles, chanting 16 rounds, studying scriptures, associating with devotees. He has given us the means by which we can attain the topmost perfection of life in this one lifetime. While Bali Maharaj is still waiting to become Indra. Bali Maharaj is such a great devotee. While Bali Maharaj is still waiting, he's in Sutal. Of course, he's very fortunate. He's a pure devotee. Lord Vaman Dev is there at his doorstep. But while he's still waiting to become Indra, waiting for this Manvantara to end, you and I, this one lifetime, by taking seriously this message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, can go back home, back to Godhead. In 100 years, Because now not even 100 years of our life are remaining. Whatever 20, 30, 40, we wish you all have a long life, but whatever is left of it. So we have that opportunity. So how much we are fortunate. And we don't even have to go through as much strife and trouble as the Devatas have to go. We just have to tolerate our little inconveniences. Most of us are so fortunate, at least those who are sitting in this class, as far as I know, most of us are fortunate enough that at least we don't have to struggle for our basic needs. Of course, everyone has their own struggles in life, but if we understand from the big scheme of things how insignificant our own personal struggles are, and if we don't lose sight of the bigger goal of Krishna Prem, then in this one life, if we sincerely follow the method that Prabhupada has given us and we are not offensive and critical of devotees, especially of devotees, then we can hope to receive the supreme blessing. So let us thank Srila Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prasharne Nirvisheshwari Paschatya Jai Srila Prabhupada. So there are many classes where devotees have given many nice, beautiful pastimes. So please listen to them. That it will increase our faith in devotion for. So I'm going to be singing the Damodara Ashtaka. Just bring up the Damodara picture. Yes. Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasatakundalam Dokule Vrajamanam Jasodabhiyolukhaladavamanam Param Rishtamatyantato Dritya Gopya Rudantam Muhurnetram Yugmam Rijantam Karam Bhuja Yugmena Chanitra Muhushwasakam Patri Rekhanka Kantha Stita Grevam Damodaram Bhakti Badham Iti Drikswalilabhirananda Kunde Swagosham Nimajantam Akhyapayantam Tadiyeshi Tadneshu Bhaktairjitatvam Punaha Prematastam Shatavriti Vande Varam Deva Moksham Na Moksham Vadimva Nachanyam Vrineham Varishadapiha Idam Teva Purnatha Gopala Balam Sada me manasya avirastam pimanyai Idam te mukham bojam atyantanilayam Vritam kuntalai snigdha raktaischa gopya Muhuschumbitam bimba raktadharam me Manasya avirastam malam lakshalabhai Namo Deva Damodara Ananta Vishnu Prasida Prabho Dukha Jalabdhi Magnam Kripadrishti Vrishtyati Dinam Batanu Ruhane Shamamagyam Medhyakshi Drishya Uveratmajau Bata Murtyaiva Yadvat Vayamuchitau bhakti bhajau kritau cha Tatha prema bhaktim swakam me prayacha Namokshe graho mesti damodareha Namaste stu damne suradipti dhamne Vadiyodharaya tha vishvasya dhamne Namo radhikayai tvadiyai priyayai Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Damodara, Radha Damodara, Radha Damodara Radhe. Shada Damodara Bhagavan. Thank you so much. So the next class, 18th chapter, is about the appearance and activities of Vamana Dev. So the main pastime begins from the next class. So hang on and relish these beautiful pastimes of Lord Hari. They are purifying. They are also so very instructive for all of us. From how the Lord has dealt with other devotees and how he has dealt with their situation, challenges, and how he has advised, actually gives so much great insight for us. So sometimes we have very undue expectations. So when we understand that, this whole existence is not about us, we tell the Lord and the Lord will snap his finger and fix everything. So even for us being in a particular situation, the Lord has his own plan in terms of our growth, in terms of the development of our bhakti. So while of course we should make endeavors, all practical endeavors, counteract whatever challenges, but in our heart we must not become morose and disturbed. We must always be in a spirit of taking shelter of the Lord, waiting patiently for the Lord's mercy to manifest in his own way, in his own time, having faith in his supreme will and his supreme desire for our well-being. Oftentimes, as conditioned souls, we think well-being means everything should go well. But actually, we must understand, if somebody is in a hospital, and if he wants to become well, the process of becoming well in a hospital is not all well. In the hospital, there are bitter medicines to take. There are things you cannot eat. There are injections that are put. There are operations that are done. All is meant to make you well. It's a wellness center. But the journey of wellness is not always well. So, the journey back home, back to Godhead is an operation. It's an operation where our heart, which has been covered over, pure soul, which has been covered over by so much ignorance, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Matsara, slowly, layer by layer, it has to be peeled off. Sometimes the Lord may feel, let me not slowly peel it, let me quickly do an operation and cut. Occasionally, the Lord will do an operation also. So just like we have faith in our own surgeon and doctor in the hospital, we have Sridevi Mataji here. She is a dentist. I can see her in her dental room wearing her. So people come to her and they voluntarily accept pain. They sit in their dental chair and open their mouth. I surrender to you. Whatever you want to do in my mouth, whatever you want to poke, whatever you want to drill. Correct, Mataji? They surrender to you, right? Yeah. So they have faith because they know.
Just now, one patient, I just finished one case and I'm here.
Yes. So we have the best doctor in the universe. Yeah. So again, I'm saying this just so that as practicing devotees, we have the right expectations. So our struggle becomes lesser when we have faith. Our struggle becomes lesser when we do not feel resentful of what life throws at us. We deal with it in the most positive. It's a struggle. It's not that I have perfected it. I am also trying to adjust my consciousness to learn this lesson. But it is very clear to me that there is no other way around this. And how is it clear? It's very clear. You go through the pages of the Bhagavatam. If Bali Maharaj had to deal with this, if Indra had to deal with this, if Prahlad had to deal with this, is Gaur Chandra Das very special? No, I'm nothing. Huh? So let us learn how they dealt with it. That is the lesson in the Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam's lesson is not that if you chant Hare Krishna and study Bhagavatam, you'll be well. You will become perfectly well for all eternity very soon. But the journey of becoming well, we have to go through whatever the doctor prescribes for us. And the treatment for different patients is different. We cannot be comparing each other. And the truth is, all devotees go through struggles, whether you see it or you don't see it. But different people have different challenges and they have different treatments. Our main point is that we want to keep faith. We want to take shelter of the holy name. We want to remain in the association of devotees. We don't want to blame others and the Lord and the devotees for our so-called reversals. Patiently tolerating taptena kampam susupikshamano janamevatma prapandapatam vidvag bapupir vidadam namaste jivetayo mukti pade sadaya bhav. That is the formula for spiritual perfection. So thank you very much. I'm hoping also that all of you are doing your wonderful Damodar programs. Again, the gentle reminder for yourself with your own family at your own home. And also inviting devotees. We had a few programs. We had one program here around 25-30 guests yesterday. We had a Damodar program in our home. A few other programs also. Of course, we focus on calling you we can call devotees also to our home, but our whole purpose is to call new people. There was a Damodar program in our condo today. So that also had around 200 plus guests came and offered lamps. So please also in your own ways, we have by the way, next Saturday I have a Damodar program. So we may shift our class to Sunday. I hope that is okay, only for next week. So just letting you know, I'll confirm it again. We'll do it on Sunday instead of Saturday. So not many days of Damodar month are remaining now. We are coming towards the closure. So do that. And also, like what we said, for the pleasure of Prabhupada and all the devotees, keep a track of the lamps you have offered and the lamps that you have inspired others to offer. So that collectively we can offer that for the pleasure of. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful Saturday evening, whatever is left of it, and the rest of the weekend, and continue to relish Damodar pastime for the rest of the month. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki. Thank you. We'll see you on Tuesday evening, I think. As of now, yes, but I will again confirm it. Because there is one variable which I'm waiting to get resolved. But Krishna willing, we will meet on Tuesday.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudhir Sundar Prabhu. Thank you, everyone.
Prabhu, thank
Hare
you.
Krishna,
Thank
Prabhuji.
you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, thank you very much for your
Thank you. Thank you.
Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, everyone. Hari Hari, Jai Ho, Puja Mataji, Tarun,
Hare Krishna,
Prema
Prabhuji.
Mataji, Hari Bol, Archana ji, and
Hare Krishna.
Nalini ji together today. Hari Hari. Bhaskar, always a pleasure to see you. Thank you so much. Rita Mataji, thank you.
Hare Krishna,
Sridevi ji,
Prabhuji.
thank you. Suraj, Anand Sundari
Thank you,
Mataji.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hari Hari, Jai Ho. Suraj, Hari Hari.